As we start diving into this new lesson, this one is solving equations with variables on both sides of the equation. So when we're looking at things with both sides, I'm going to call those three-step equations. We just got done with two steps, so now when we have our three-step equations, we want to figure out how we can do those when we have variables on each side of the equal sign. So let's dive in and figure out how to do some of these. Our first example gives us 8 plus 6d is equal to 7d. So really treating these like we have done before, we want to get all of the d numbers on one side of the equal sign and all solo numbers on the other side. So if I'm seeing d's on both sides of the equal sign, let's get rid of one of them from one side so that they're only existing on one side of the equal sign. Long story short, let's subtract this side by 6d. I'm adding 6d, and I want to get all of my d's away from one side, so it's just solo numbers equal to d's. So now I subtract 6d from over here, and what I'm left with is 8 equals 1d. 1d is the same thing as just d, so a way to rewrite this is 8 equals d. And now I'm done. I know exactly what 1d equals. I've isolated, I figured it out, and I'm set. In this example, we're seeing some things different because we have f's on both sides and we have solo numbers or regular numbers, what do you want to call them, whole numbers on both sides of the equal sign. So my goal is to get all f's to one side and all solo numbers to the other. What I'm seeing is I have 13 f's here, 4 f's here. It's going to be way easier, and I'm not going to work in the negatives if I get rid of the f's on this side. So in order to get rid of the f's over there, I need to get rid of them by subtracting 4f. If I subtract 4f from both sides, because whatever I do to one side, got to do the same thing to the other, I'm left with 9f minus 7 equals 92. Now that I have f's alone on one side, I now need to get my solo numbers alone on the other side. So I need to move this 7 over here. In order to do that, I need to get rid of it and make it irrelevant on this side by adding 7. So now I add 7 to this side, and I'm left with 9f is equal to 99. Our division tells me that if 9 times f is 99, then 99 divided by 9 is f. So dividing both sides by 9, making that irrelevant, I get f is equal to 11. This is our most complicated example. In this example, we're looking to see, again, how to get all x's on one side of the equal sign and all solo numbers or just regular whole numbers also on one side. So I need to do some moving stuff or making things irrelevant on one side of the equal sign. So first I'm going to start with my solo numbers just because I want to try to make those. Actually, you know what? I'm going to backtrack. Let's start with our x's first, because here I have 3/5 x and here I have 6/5 x. I'm going to move this, I'm going to make this x irrelevant because if I subtract that away from this side, it's leaving me with still positive x's over here. So now when I subtract that away, what I'm left with is negative 15, which is just dropped down from here, equals 3/5 x plus 12. So from this stage too, let's make this a little bit smaller so we can fit everything in. I also make sure that, now I'm still not done because I still need to get all of my solo numbers or just whole numbers by themselves. And I say solo because they don't have x's attached. So now I need to subtract 12 from this side because this is the only side that has x's, so I need to move everything over to this side. So in order to do that, you subtract 12 from both sides. Negative 15 minus 12, chop slash, is equal to negative 27. So now negative 27 is equal to 3/5 x. And from here, I just simply have to divide now, just like we had done before, divide by 3/5 x, excuse me, not 3/5 x, divide by 3/5 on both sides to find out what x is equal to. So now I need to do negative 27 over 1 times 5/3, which is the same thing as dividing by 3/5. Cross simplify, and I can divide by 3, and I'm left with 1. Divide by 3, and I'm left with negative 9. So now my answer is be negative 45 over 1. And if you don't know how to do this cross simplification piece, that's fine too, because if you did your multiplication straight across, 27 times 5, 1 times 3, you would have gotten this answer after you would have reduced. So now my final answer is x is equal to negative 45. So hopefully this helps you with equations and variables on both sides. Use this video as whatever you need to in order to help. Skip ahead, fast forward, do all that extra information to allow you to get this stuff taken care of. Good luck, best of luck. You don't need it, but you have it. Adios.